There's a terrific quote that I got from a movie I recently saw, No Time to Die, the new James Bond movie. If you haven't seen it already, it's really good. You should go see it. The theme song is great. I want to break down this quote that I heard from the movie, and I want to share with you some ideas and epiphanies that I have about time, living, productivity, and the best use of your time. Let me ask you a question. What is the best use of your time? Have you ever considered using your time rather than merely existing? And so the quote goes a little something like this. Actually, I'll read it so I don't butcher it. The proper use of man is to live, not to exist. I shall not waste my days trying to prolong them. I shall use my time. So essentially what I'm interpreting he's saying is from Jack London. The proper function of man is to live and not merely to exist. I shall not waste my days in trying to prolong my time, have more time. I don't waste my time on that. Rather, I will use my time. So it's a waste of time, it's a waste of effort to prolong your time. Much better you use your time that you're given. Let me ask you a question. What is this asset that you can't make more of? You can have, it's given to you. Actually, it's something that you have, but once you get it, it's something you get, but once you get, you can't make more of and you can't get it back. And that asset that you can't make more of, you can't create, you get it, but once you get it, you can never get it back. That asset is obviously your time. Now, some people try to prolong their time, try to have more and more time, rather than actually using their time. And so most people don't make the delineation. An important one, the delineation being existing and living. You can't exist without living. Some people make the delineation or don't make the delineation. They say existing is to live. To have life is to live. But to live, living is a verb. It's an action word. So it requires action. It requires effort. To merely exist doesn't require much effort. Now I want to talk a little bit about productivity. Productivity, most people imagine, is something that has to do with making more money or creating something. But productivity, when I say, is the productivity required for you to live, the effort required for you to live. So are you using your time or are you merely existing? Are you just living out the time that you have, or are you utilizing that time on something worthwhile and worth doing and worth pursuing and worth endeavoring? So to break down more about that quote, some people merely exist and are not living. To exist, to merely have life, requires not very much effort. And in fact, to produce and to thrive, these are words that I use a lot, is not an obligation, it's not a necessity. It's not something that you have to do, that you have to be doing. These are only for people who are interested in thriving and people who are interested in living. Because there are people who are not interested in living, but also not keen to offing themselves. And so they merely exist, not utilizing the time that they have, that they're given, that they have. And so now production, making the effort to have a good life, or making the effort to excel in something, or making the effort to have good relationships, or making the effort to have a good career or a good business is not a necessity. It's not something that's whether it's good or whether it's bad, or whether being productive or producing or thriving in life is neither good nor bad. It's just, is it something if you're interested? You may well not want to utilize your time. You may want to slack off. You might want to just not do anything with your time and have life but not live. And that is neither wrong or right. But I just encourage you to make that delineation. And once you make the delineation, you begin to ask yourself, is is that the things that I'm doing worthwhile for me? Whether it's right or wrong to thrive or to produce, or right or wrong to not live or to merely exist and not to live, and not to take on the effort and the production and take on the mantle of leadership of your life. It's neither right or wrong. It's just making that intelligent delineation. Intelligence is making more and more distinctions about things. So when you make the delineation that, well, are the things that I'm doing with the time that I have, are they worthwhile? Or are they just setting me back? Or are they just not things that are worthwhile for me? And if I want to make things worthwhile in terms of what? What do I want? Now, if I want good relationships, a good business, a good career, what are the things that are worthwhile endeavoring so that I can achieve those things? Now, it sounds like you gotta excel in life, you gotta want to thrive in life. I'm not necessarily saying that. I slack all the time. I'm lazy a lot of the time. But when I'm producing, I recognize that this is a time it's worthwhile for me to be producing, and I'm going to utilize this time. Or if the time that I have, I want to spend it relaxing or rejuvenating, I really rejuvenate and I really relax. I really step out of production and go into relaxation or escape. But I want to touch upon escapism just a little bit. Escapism is when you try to escape the responsibility in front of you so that you can escape that responsibility and put it off for another time. Now, a lot of us are engaging in escapism whether we know it or not. You just haven't recognized it. And the thing about escapism is that it could be an addicting thing, and you not knowing it is detrimental to you. Are you engaging in escapism? Are you foregoing or putting off or maybe even offloading responsibility and escaping it? And some people escape it in many different forms. Some people escape it by running away or offloading the responsibility to other people or putting the blame on other people or playing games or doing drugs or drinking alcohol rather than facing the problem in front of them or taking on the responsibility so that they can have autonomy and they can have a free life, a life that they have control over. So, escapism, watching movies, playing games, I do those things. They're not necessarily bad or good, but making the delineation, the intelligent delineation, having the intelligence of making the distinctions about things will let you use your time better and allow you to engage in more worthwhile time. I'll give you an example. For me, so I had a text with this fella yesterday. This is funny because it's completely relevant. He said to me, I will have to catch you when you are more free, when you have more free time. And I said, I generally never have free time. Even my sexual intercourse are scheduled. And then he chuckled. And I wasn't kidding. I utilize my time. And because I utilize my time, I'm incredibly busy. There is no such time that I have which I don't already have utilized or plan to utilize for some reason. Even if it's escapism, even if it's watching a movie, relaxing, sleeping, resting, napping, playing games, I utilize and use my time. There is no time that I have spared for things that I don't find worthwhile in my life, worthwhile doing. And so all of that is to say this, is that I want you to take a look at your life, take a look at the way you're spending your time, and look at whether you are living or whether you're existing. Whether you're using your time for something worthwhile, a worthwhile endeavor, endeavoring to have better relationships, or thriving in life, or thriving in your business, or thriving in your personal development, personal health, physical health, mental health, spiritual health. Spiritual is just a word. I use it. but it's just a word to be able to communicate with you. But to me, spiritual is just a word that has no meaning. And so you can really put anything, you can put any meaning into that. So everything that you don't consider physical, mental, emotional, anything that you can't put in that category, just call it spiritual. So anything that is outside of those things, spiritual development. Do you understand? Did you catch that? And so, how are you utilizing your time? It gives me tremendous joy, the things that I do. And I want to encourage you, there's one last thing that I'll share with you. What is the one thing that you can do right now that you can do for free? They'll immediately make you feel good about yourself. And there's really actually nothing more worthwhile than you're feeling good about yourself. What is the one thing you can do right now that will immediately make you feel good about you, make your time that you're spending worthwhile? The thing that you can do right now that will immediately make you feel good about you, and I want you to try it for yourself if you don't believe me, is to help other people. Find some way to help someone, not by pushing your help onto them, but asking them if they need help or if they would like some help because you have some free time or you have some time and you can do it and you'd love to do it for them. I love sharing this information with you. I like using my time. And if you find yourself, you want to get a happiness boost, find somebody that you can help, offer your help, but don't force your help onto them, and you will immediately feel good about you. Feel good that you offered at least. One more thing. A lot of people have a fear. Last one, I promise. A lot of people have a fear of meeting new people. Or they find somebody who's yummy and attractive and sexy, and having the fear of meeting them or introducing themselves to them and finding where that relationship may lie or may go. Because I love helping people, and I encourage you that immediately will make you feel good about you when you help people. I like to introduce myself to other people because I know I'm really, really incredible. And I really have some valuable things that I can add into people's lives. Because I utilize my time being productive. And so I like to introduce myself to people. I like to offer my introducing myself to them and offer whether they're interested or not with me. Do you understand? Not necessarily in those words, but I meet people and I encourage them to get to know me because I'm really great. I feel I'm really great. And if you haven't gotten to... So I have no fears of meeting new people and engaging with new people because I know I'm going to be a tremendous value in their life. And if they don't accept that offer, just like help, you don't force your help onto other people. That's okay. They don't know me. If you're afraid of rejection, you can't be rejected. Why? Because they don't know who you are. They don't know you. They don't know what you have to offer. You cannot be rejected. That has more to do with either your projection that they're rejecting you, or has more to do with them and their problems. Do you understand? So I want you to get to a point, essentially my goal is to get you to a point where you really love yourself. You feel you're great because you've spent your time living rather than existing. And because of this, you would love to have other people meet you and engage with you. Share this with other people on your social media. You would really make your world a better place, our world a better place, by sharing these enlightening insights. And if you have any comments, if you like this video, click the like. It lets me know that it's appreciated, that you appreciate it. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment sections below. I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.